I'm going to say something controversial. Robbie's like, oh, just now? No, I'm going to say something controversial, Robbie. The teachers union is to, remember SATs? Okay. The teachers union is to the Democratic Party what the Houthis are, okay, to Iran. All right, it's like a like a wholly funded subsidiary group who goes out there and attacks enemies of the master organization on its behalf. I actually don't think that that's too controversial. It's definitely true. So here's Randi Weingarten today, now, this week, talking about COVID and about reopening schools. This was one of the top people fighting Trump on reopening schools. This is the reason your kids are behind in school. This woman, one of the principal architects of closing schools so she could get more funding and have more political power, this person ought to be in prison for what she did to the young people of this country. And listen to her now.
COVID was a terrible time for us. And as you know, because I was on your show a lot and other shows, I wanted schools to be reopened as early as April of 2020. The issue was the fear and the issue was the safety issues. But COVID has really hurt in so many ways. But this has been a Republican talking point for a long time.
This has been a Republican talking point for a long time. I wanted schools to reopen as early as when? What did she say, Robbie? As early as what? I mean, I have to get my ears here. April of 2020. This bitch, pardon my language. I have kids. I have young kids. I'm angry. I mentioned to you folks not too long ago that my wife, who tutors, basically does reading, volunteers reading in public schools here in Las Vegas once a week. Goes once a week, reads with kids in elementary school. Another kid now that she ran into, 4th grade, can't read. Not an immigrant, not ESL, not, an American kid cannot read. You know, I mean, it's terrible. So here is Randi Weingarten. Oh boy, I want to use some real foul language about this woman. This is just a little taste of some of the stuff that she said back during COVID. Okay?
Just because Donald Trump wants to take a risk with people who go to bars or beaches, those of us who have spent our life teaching kids are not going to take a risk with kids or with our members' lives. You got to delay school opening because if you don't have the mask, how are you going to be able to do this? There's a huge difference between working in Walmart and working in a school.
You know, even a situation like
September
Florida,
of 2020,
where it was pretty clear that schools should not reopen, and where Miami schools did not reopen because you had people who were courageous and who were willing to defy DeSantis' denials.
That 25,000-strong union voted in the majority to stay at home for at least another 2 days to defy Chicago Public Schools' orders to return to the classroom. Does the AFT stand 100% behind the Chicago Union?
So, of course, we stand 100% behind the Chicago Union.
If we get the testing, the vaccine prioritization, and these mitigation strategies, 85% of them are comfortable being in school. So essentially, we got to put our money where our mouth is, which is if it's really important to do, we got a roadmap. Let's make it happen.
But that's a lot of ifs.
Everyone is asking when and how are we getting our students, our children, back into those classrooms full time?
So full-time is going to depend upon what's going on with physical distancing and what's going on with the variants.
You recently pushed back on the CDC's new social distancing guidelines for schools from 6 feet to 3. Why?
Because, because trust is actually earned.
We need to, bring back our masks for schools.
July.
So
21.
The bottom line is we're going to keep kids safe. We're going to keep our members safe. And we're going to try to open up schools.
This is despicable. Again, She literally has zero problem going yesterday on CNN and telling Breonna Keller, I wanted schools to be reopened as early as April of 2020. It's almost like this. Did she not realize the internet exists? Like, who can lie like this? This is sociopathic behavior. And now we're to it. The Democratic Party, the new Democratic Party, is a amalgam of sociopaths, of people that actually don't believe anything. They just want political power. They just want money, and they will sacrifice whoever and whatever to get it, including your kids.